This is Magog, and I've been absent from covering MMA for a while. I kind of became discouraged because I found that there was lower hanging fruit that yields better rewards online. But UFC 172 is really interesting. So fuck hits. Everything on the main card is at the very least interesting, and there are two fights on the prelims that leap out at me. Dennis Bermudez versus Jimmy Hetas is a great 145-pound fight. Bermudez is on a 5-fight win streak within the UFC and holds wins over Max Holloway, the biggest win of Conor McGregor's overhyped-ass record. Hetas' biggest win is over Nam Pham, but he's 11-1, and the fight following this one will likely be a step up. I'd wager that you'll see the winner on the main card in the next show that they perform at. Kevin Gosselin gets his first-named fighter, if you don't include Uriah Hall, versus Rick Story. Rick has the means to be great, but seldom is. Story's beaten Hendricks and Ellenberger, but then he's jobbed out to people like Mike Pyle and Martin Kampmann. Unless I'm horribly overestimated Gosselin, this will be an easy walk in the park. It's the perfect fight to see if Gosselin is a legit contender who belongs on the main card, or the UFC wouldn't have put him on the main event of the prelims. Ovid St. Preux versus Nikita Krylov is a very interesting fight. If you check the odds on Krylov, he's a very tempting underdog, especially seeing as how St. Preux has had a mild to lukewarm presence in the UFC so far. It's Krylov's first weight cut, and in the UFC his only win was a quick first-round finish. St. Preux isn't likely to cooperate and make the fight a 5-minute affair. The odds makers in Vegas seem to concur. I wouldn't throw away my money on this long shot. Now for sure bets, Jake Shields versus Hector Lombard had me wondering what the hell the Las Vegas odds makers are taking. Jake Shields is an underdog. He simply put done better against top-tier guys. Hector Lombard at the very least at middleweight was stuck at gatekeeper in the UFC, which by the way, he did a piss-poor job of. To me, this fight is strictly a Hail Mary by Dana White, hoping Lombard will KO Shields. If Jake wins, he'll get another fight that won't be anywhere near the title, and will likely get released if he loses Yushin Okami style. Lombard doesn't need a win to keep his job, but if he wants to go anywhere, this would likely be the time to do so. Bet your car, bet your house, bet the farm on Jake Shields. Vegas may never fuck up this bad ever again. Diego Sanchez versus Miles Jury. Diego has the approval of his boss, unlike Jake Shields, and will likely float around between serious contender and gatekeeper so long as his body allows him. I think Jury is being thrown under the bus here to get Diego back up to his high-level gatekeeper status. Nothing more, nothing less. Carlos Condit versus Tyron Woodley is going to be the most frustrating fight in the card. Woodley has the style to beat Condit easily, only his gas tank makes him a poor bet. Woodley will dominate the first and possibly the second round, simply because Condit's takedown defense sucks ass, and BJJ submissions off a fighter's back only catch meatheads. Condit will go back to his corner at the end of the second round, and Greg Jackson will instruct him to go for broke. Woodley will be gassed and have nothing left. And honestly, with the pacing and his shit fight camp that also includes Hector Lombard, there's no way I could see Condit lose. Condit's proven he'll turn it on in a fight when he needs to, like he did versus Martin Kampmann, like he did versus Rory McDonald. He just won't go out there and pop his neck and go, "What up, homie," like a retarded stoner. He'll go out and try and win. Johnny Hendricks versus Robbie Lawler. You know, it's been a while since Lawler has faced a top-tier wrestler at 170. Cost essentially had hung it up at that time and basically had retired 2 fights later. Hendricks simply has more ways to beat Robbie, and Robbie is the kind of fighter who usually needs to finish a fight in 2 rounds versus somebody with a full gas tank. Not to mention Robbie Lawler, like Hector Lombard, like Tyron Woodley, is also from American Suck Team. Just to be clear, I love America. I just think American Top Team is the shittiest MMA fight camp off the top of my head. They will go 0-3, and you can bet on it. So this is Magog until next time, reminding you, don't spit into the wind, don't make bets you can't keep, and don't ever rub another man's rhubarb.